This is the very eye-opening statement made by Mark Williams Thomas regarding Jay Slater and a stolen Rolex watch.
We know that shortly before 6 a.m. on Monday the 17th of June, Jay left the area of Veronica Strip, Las Americas in a Seat Leon hire car with two males casually known to him. Jay and a number of his friends had spent time with them both over the previous 2 days. All three males, including Jay, then travelled north via the main motorway, the TF1, to go to the two males' holiday rental Casa Abu Latina in Masca, which was about an hour's drive away. En route, Jay posted a Snapchat saying that he'd taken a £12,000 Rolex from a person. We have been unable to validate this in terms of a reported theft. However, friends of Jay said he would not make this up, and the watch was subject of later conversation between the friends. Not long after arriving at the rental, Jay around 7 a.m. had contact with various friends via social media, both inside and outside the rental. And during these calls, various videos, chats were had and pictures sent, including the one he took on the doorstep that many of you will have seen. I am confident that that photograph on the doorstep is him, wearing a throw, a blanket from the apartment, and his black and green Air Max trainers, which he had on the night that he went out. We know at around 8 a.m. there was a level of communication with the host of the rental property in which she communicated via hand digits to him that the bus was leaving at 10 a.m. from the bus stop right by the apartment. With this, Jay walked off, turning left and up the hill. We know that Jay used an Apple iPhone, and the Apple Maps takes you that route up the hill, walking back to Los Cristianos where he was staying. Whilst on the walk, he talked to and messaged his friends. Whilst walking, Jay spoke to at least 3 people, telling them that he was lost, with little phone battery and without water. He was told to go back by 2 people to the rental. He said he could not do that, and that he'd already been walking 30 minutes, and that he was now off-road and was walking on a track where there were loose stones. We know that at 8:49 and at 8:50, Jay sent his location via both Snapchat and WhatsApp to 2 friends. We can confirm that it was Jay using his phone at that stage, and there was no indication that he was with anyone. The location is fixed by GPS, and we've done tests in the area, and it's accurate to 5 to 10 metres. The fixed point is the Barranco Joan Lopez hiking path, which fits the description given by the witnesses that spoke to him, stating that he was on a stony path and having walked 30 minutes from the rental apartment. From this point, no further contact is had with Jay because his phone battery dies. We've received information that would suggest that Jay left the rental property feeling scared, and he would not return to the rental, even though that would have been the most sensible course of action, and also where he could have charged his phone, got some water and made contact with friends. We continue to investigate this aspect. We have, however, ruled out hostage kidnapping situation because no credible ransom demand has been made. And we have no evidence at this stage to say there was a third-party criminal involvement in Jay's disappearance. However, there are still a number of outstanding actions, and therefore we still remain open-minded to the possibility of this changing. The evidence is that Jay walked off from the rental, walked for about 30 minutes, and then sent his location at 08:49 and 08:50, and we know that he was at that stage off the road on a track with loose stones, and we have that fixed as a location on GPS. I now want to make an appeal for landowners in the area of Tino Rural Park to check any outbuildings and land that they have, in the hope that further searches will continue by volunteers in the area not yet searched. I've largely remained silent to date with our investigation, not giving any interviews, but have felt the need to make a statement now to clear up facts, which I've advised the family I would be doing. This has been done as I hope it will enable people to accept the evidential facts and thus reduce the number of and inaccurate reports and information that are being publicised and circulated. You will appreciate that as part of our investigation we have spoken to a significant number of witnesses both here in the UK and in Tenerife, including Jay's friends who are fully engaged with us, and as such we've received a significant amount of both personal and sensitive information. We've even spoken to significant individuals in the drugs fraternity in Tenerife. Much of that information is highly sensitive, and so therefore we will not be releasing it. We continue our investigation to try and find out what happened to Jay, and if you have any information, please either contact the police in Tenerife or you can contact us anonymously through the many forms of social media or through our hotline. Thank you.
Mark Williams Thomas is an ex-detective, and he is currently unofficially investigating the very, very mysterious disappearance of Jay Slater, and it would appear that he's doing a pretty good job. It would appear that Jay Slater was in big, big trouble. Perhaps he stole that watch from the wrong man. Perhaps he messed with the big boys. And could this mean that foul play was involved? Perhaps this is not a case of a tragic accident where a body just hasn't yet been found. Perhaps Jay has come to harm, but not by accident. Perhaps somebody else is involved. So what do you think about the stolen watch? And what do you think happened to Jay? Do you think that whoever he stole the watch from caught up with him? Or perhaps what seems most likely is that he had a tragic accident trying to walk back to his accommodation in Los Cristianos, and maybe his body just hasn't been found. At first, I did think this was probably a tragic accident, but now I'm not so sure.